the solution and services offered by Vertiv, Vertiv do have a wide range of solutions when we look at data center critical management space. Um, the products which we have, we offer UPS, we offer racks, monitoring system, cooling, power distribution system, remote management system. I think whatever goes in the data center critical infrastructure management, Vertiv has got all the products available as part of the solution. We also have a strong service network, okay, which is across pan India. I think that gives us edge over maybe rest with respect to our strength in the marketplace in this space. Yeah, it was actually a tough time, and I think our service team did a very fantastic job. I recollect, you know, uh, them reaching out to the customer. I think we had to go through some trouble on account of getting permissions, but I think this being the essential services, we managed to get some permissions. But I think we also ensure that we are compliant to the laws, and I think our uptime in fact didn't get impacted at all during pandemic. I think service team, our franchisee network, our partners, everybody did a wonderful job, in terms of keeping customer, systems up, during this pandemic time. So, I mean, we are proud of them. The remote support was very much in place, I think, and it was, very much active, because I think the movement was limited, restricted, and I think whenever we couldn't manage our put the what do you call it as support, and it needed physical support. I mean, on site. Then I think we worked out all the formalities with respect to the permissions and all. But then I think our remote support was quite robust. We managed, our customers to get easy access to us, and and we turned it around very fast. We are, on support, online support also was quite. In fact, there are a lot of things which we did, during pandemic times. I mean, we actually it was very innovative in its nature. I mean, not only service. I think even when we got a permission on manufacturing, and we had some capacity, allowed, in terms of manufacturing activity. So what we could do is, some of the customers who wanted to do testing. I mean, we got our online, testing enabled, through which they can see the product, they can ask questions, they can get it technically evaluated. I think, not. I mean, I'm just talking from a perspective of complete end-to-end customer support. It was, perhaps, I think I will definitely rate service and service, engagement with customers very high. And I think all the thought process went behind it the moment lockdown was declared. And in fact, we spend number of hours in terms of understanding how we are going to, how we are going to provide support to the customer during lockdown. And I think some innovative ways, I mean, came out. Then finally, I think we settled out on online support, plus physical moments, which was with what do you call it as permissions. And I think we managed to get appreciations from customers. Where I remember some of the data centers really, I mean, appreciating us on account of, I think, the support which was rendered during lockdown. We go back to the days when lockdown was called, and I think we all got panicked. I think most of the organization, perhaps they're not able to open their operations. Well, I think if I look at a net impact on everybody, I think demand went down, because I don't think people are ready to take the deliveries, open up their sites for installation. Even sites were not getting ready for installations, even if they were planned to set up their plants or operations, in the month of March. But then I think, well, I mean, any critical application, or any critical requirement, was still fulfilled because we have a very beautiful model existing. We have three distributors operational, and we have partner set up. I think if I look at the ecosystem, complete ecosystem, we have on ground, which is closest to the customer. We have partners, and partners, I think, do keep some inventory with them. I think they would want to turn around any critical requirement which is manageable and standard, what do you call it as specification. So they managed to turn it around immediately. Well, I think distributors couldn't actually have their operations up. They took a while, but I think the partners on ground did have some inventory to turn around, especially supporting the places like hospitals, the places like what do you call it as where the tests were conducted. I think some of the application which was on you know health service. I think it was very important for us. Yes, we didn't. Nobody actually could go back to the manufacturing unless and until the government. To the topic, yes, we did manage to you know uh, get manufacturing started. Especially there were some sectors who started demanding material, like telecom was one of them, and we had laid down a framework by virtue of which we used to get the approval letters from the customer so that the truck movement can be made. I think this was completely backed up by a great amount of planning from our operation team as well. I think somehow I realized that that during those days, I think there was in fact a understanding from customers, partners, a common platform of understanding and collaboration. The key point is that partners who are are authorized partners on service. One is Vertiv as a service organization. I think that goes without saying. So we are we were completely enabled and equipped to respond to the SLA need of customer. Though there were limitations, but then I think we had a common. We had a framework set, which helped customer to maintain the uptime. But then what has also happened is, I think when I look at the partner ecosystem which we have, I think they did a phenomenal job. I think we used to get mails and in fact appreciations also from customer, and mails from people that this partner. I mean, I can recollect some of the service calls which were made by partner, and he managed to restore the operation, which was down on account of some service fault. I mean, but then I think when we look at it virtually, I mean, see, SLAs, yes, they got bit compromised bit, but I think if you look at product quality and raw, that's where the product quality plays a role. Because I think if you have a product which is robust and and especially the load went down, yes, bring some critical services where the load was maybe has gone high somewhere, in some cases. But then I think otherwise, if you ask me, I think we could manage to maintain SLAs to an extent, well, wherever we could. I mean, this is something which perhaps I don't have right now. If it was known to me, I would have shared data. But I don't think there is much, what do you call it as, lag in the SLA, which yes, couple of early months, but I think we coped up and supported the in the marketplace. I think this impact was universal. I think it was not only restricted to partners. I think everybody went through a challenge of working capital, because I think the fund flow got impacted, because the business came to standstill. Well, I think when we look at Vertiv, I think it came across to us as thought that how do we support, because I think it was not only on account of their cash flow; it was also on account of other areas. So, which was the way our partners operate on the ground. I think they need a lot of support, and and I think we have processes in place, and some processes demand the documentation and stuff. But I think let's go one by one. I think when we look at cash flow, I think what you took a call and bailed out partners on account of whatever we could manage in terms of delay in payments. So we absorbed that impact on us, which was quite significant, on us, because we also were going through the same challenge. It's like, but I think if you ask me, our pain, perhaps I will call it as that partner had much bigger pain than us, because they are very small in operation. So I think it was very important for us to align, especially with respect to the challenge they're facing. So one, yes, we absorb the impact on account of cash flow. So we allowed some bailout there. Uh, Two, I think the documentation which was required for processing claims, etc. I think we somehow looked at how do we, without having issue on compliance, without having issue on statutory needs. So we somehow managed what can be converted something to digital, which can make it faster, so that we can settle their dues, our claims, immediately. So third point was, I think, which was realignment of targets. I think when we look at I think partner ecosystem, it works on rebates, and I think it was very important for us to realign the targets, and so that people earn something when they exit the year. So we did that, but yes, we couldn't predict that before, because I think every month was throwing some hope of market opening up. But I think the extensions were going on. The government kept on extending, and that's where I think in Q4 we could manage to have a uh, peep into what is quite possible. A bit of stretch, but what is quite possible. I think that's where we align on the targets with them, uh, so that they can whatever business they do, they can earn better profitability. Third point is, I think it was important to maintain the pressure, and and also have high level of engagement with customers, because you in the whole process, when you are looking at a challenge, at the same time we have to address the challenge. At the same time, we also need to see, given a situation when the market starts recovering, is our partner ecosystem, our fraternity, equipped enough? Okay, do they have backlogs? Do they have pipeline visibility? Whatever we could do, I think, do they have customer base intact? I think this was some area which we supported very well, in terms of digitally connecting with customers, kept in touch with them. In fact, that was an activity not only on the sales side, also on the service side. We picked up a lot of calls with customers, our installation base. We kept on asking them, let us know what is required, what is not required, where do you need help, and so that connectivity is built, and I think that was really wonderful, I would say, uh, activity on ground, done by partners and our team together. Okay, so that these three four things, I think, eased out you know uh, a pain a bit, and I think set up a stage uh, for 2021, as we are embarking. I mean, we are already in 2021. We see the partners very strong base, where we will take off, and I think we will recover from where we. I think it was a strategy internally, because I think when I will look at the situation, all of us are confined to our rooms, and the new way, new normal of engaging and talking to people. I mean, using digital platform. In fact, I remember initially people couldn't make out, how do we connect, what do we do. I think there are a lot of issues with respect to bandwidth of internet, connectivity, etc. I think, but I believe that that everybody aligned to the new normal. I think very quickly. One, two is, let me tell you, on the new businesses, I think a new business stream emerged in the whole process. What we realize is work from home came strongly as a new opportunity in the marketplace, and Vertiv has products to support it. And you know what, we created a team, and we started mapping our partners along with our team, and then found customers, okay, who have got call centers, and they 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 need to work from home to keep their operations up. So I think those customers we engaged very well. I think that was a business which we, in fact, which was not planned. Obviously, I mean, because it was, as something which cropped up, and I think we leveraged that very well, along with our partners, well, connecting with old set of customers and our customer base. I think that was by design, on daily basis. By design, we had set calls, appointments, feedback sessions. I think, we engage through webinars, training programs, virtual events, online portals. I think this whole thing, helped reshape the business methodology towards, what we could offer to the customer and the entire ecosystem. I think, if I look at partners, I think anybody for that matter, I think, well, I think, they are technology savvy guys. I think, so. All said and done, I think, they get quickly adjusted to anything which belongs to which comes from technology. I think that's one which played an. So I think the partners themselves started adopting it. Two is, I think Vertiv became a catalyst in the whole process. Where it was very easily available to us, because I think the whole force was working behind, bringing, digitally, digital platform to connect. I think within Vertiv as well. So we became a catalyst. We started setting up meetings using various platforms, and inviting partners. Well, initially the partners felt it difficult to connect, etc. But I think, I mean, I remember one of the partner was at home. He took help of his son, kids, you know, to log in. So because he was not able to hear, something was wrong with his, I think, audio, this thing. But I think, he immediately got his family helping him out. And then the key here is not that, how quickly they got adjusted to the new normal, but I think, because everybody felt that there is no other alternative. Even today, I mean, you and me are talking from respective places, right? So I mean, who would have thought about having a FaceTime and interview like this, on digital platform? So I think, well, I mean, that's how I think the whole ecosystem aligned towards a new norm with distributors. Okay, and and we have three distributors: Ingram Micro, CompuEdge, and Savex. And our ecosystem, partner ecosystem, is uh, tied up with respect to, you know uh, the scope they have with us. Okay, and we have some partners who are exclusive with us, who enjoy all of the benefits with us. I mean, including service revenue, etc. So they are very integral part of it. While we have, so because I think their strength lies in even supporting customer service, deliverables, etc. While we have so, we also have an ecosystem which is brought in by distributors in the form of value-added resellers as well as system integrators. I think that's the IT side of it, and I think we, that those set of partners, we manage them through a relationship manager, okay, and we support them on pre-sales, post-sales. So, so when I look at it holistically on a micro level, okay, on micro level, the partner ecosystem we have is where we have some partners who are skilled, uh, trained, certified on stream of segment of business. Okay, they are also capable of delivering service. Then we have another set of partners, who are uh, looking at bringing our portfolio along with their solution. Okay, as as part of the solution. So that's where I think the whole ecosystem is, as far as our model is concerned. I think good part which has happened is that I think most of the inventories are out. I think because I think most of the distributors are happy about it, partners are happy about it. I think we are also seeing market throwing some opportunities. I think key here, if you ask me, is to go and grab the opportunity. I think that's where we look forward for from partners, where they can move around, look at their customer base, and then bring opportunities back to the system. I think that's one. So also Vertiv, both internal and external communications, okay, are doing very well, okay, in terms of keeping in touch with our internal employees, our customers, our partners. I think that as a support engine, will support the whole traction on the ground, okay. So well, I think we continue to progress on digitalized network, and our focus would be more on on edge, because edge plays a flagship. I think it's a growth driver, in fact, for most of the companies like us. Okay, and which is 5G telecom. I think it enables the whole what do you call it as opportunity in terms of edge network. And I think other technology like IoT, you know, uh, so on and so forth. I think there are various other areas which will keep on adding to the market, opportunities. And I think we together, along with partners, need to move out and maximize, our uh, piece of share. So I think one, I think I always believe in sticking to fundamentals, basics, make it simple. I think I leave perhaps a message for our partners that since customer first is our mantra, so we stick to it, and let us keep looking at what customer needs, and look at the pain areas if they have any, and align our offering accordingly. I think that's one. Uh, Two is, I think, we ensure that we keep our customers happy. So we measure this happiness through various uh, formats of feedback, and so I think we ourselves take a dipstick on where we are and what is the scope of improvement. So that's how we keep on excelling on on our deliverables. We welcome feedback. Uh, I think if customer has any feedback, the feedback is welcome. So to the that Vertiv has got most of the products, which goes into their uh, manufacturing setup. I mean, in terms of plant or into IT application. I mean, be it UPS, be it the cooling side, be it management, remote management, be it uh, be it what do you call it as uh, backup. as UPS. I think we offer end-to-end solution in critical infrastructure management space, and I look forward for customers to uh, identify and give us an opportunity always, where we can integrate our solution and support them. So I think uh, as summarized message. So first of all, to everybody is have a great 2021. I think uh, we need to align better. One, two. I think we see ourselves working together and creating a reliable ecosystem for our customers.